Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the owner of Lawn Stripes and Hedges, and today I'm going to show you how to swap a cartridge on the Liberty, and I'm also going to show you obviously in action going. So tools, pretty simple, 5mm Allen key and a 13mm ratchet. 13mm ratchet is to take the lawn rake off. So the reason I take the lawn rake off it is so it can get lower and it doesn't snag while you're running the Scarifying cartridge. So all the way off with this. Don't lose your bolts in the process. So on the Liberty you do need to take the bolts all the way out to take the rake off. I'll just stick the rake over here for now. Bolts are going in the pocket, so I don't lose them. So to take the cartridge off, there is just 4 Allen key bolts on the side here. So I'll just whiz them off. Now the bolts do stay in the plastic container, so you don't need to worry about losing these and putting them in your pocket, which is always good because I'm losing everything all the time. And then at the bottom. Nice one. So once you slide the plastic end off, I just always slip it on its handlebars, and then there's 2 holding the cartridge in here. So I just nip these off and undo them. You'll need these to go back into the new cartridge, so just keep hold of them. Once the bolts are out, really simple, take the bracket off that holds the box on, slide it out, slide the new one in. Once it's in, line it up with the bolt holes. And then stick the cover back on. So though it does take a little bit longer to put the Scarifying cartridge on with the Liberty, it's still a lot quicker than having to ball out 2 separate machines. So I do actually own a Scarifying machine, which I don't really use anymore because it's petrol and you get a better result from these electric ones. So I'll just put, right, do you want to grab these, mate? Just keep hold of them. So once we've got the cartridge back on, you set the bracket back on, and then there we go. So height wise, now this lawn is a new lawn, we've only put this in about 6 months ago, so we wouldn't do a heavy scarification on it. We're just going to do a very light one just to pull any debris out the lawn. So we get the height right just on the end here. So I'm going to drop it down to about 5 to 10 mil off the ground for now, just to see how that goes. And if it's not pulling enough out, I'll drop it down just a little bit. So I'm just going to drop it down a tiny bit more. Like I say, I'm just using this as a kind of lawn rake for now, because it is a new lawn. So as you can see, pretty much straight away off, like not even a first run, it's literally just dead matter, dead material, which is kind of what you want to pull out really. You don't want to be pulling any of the good stuff out. I don't know if you can see there, but what it's actually good for as well is in the winter and coming into the autumn is leaves. So it picks up a lot of debris off your lawn. So sometimes when people say scarifying their lawn, they get a little bit scared and think, you know, because when people have done it in the past, they've scarified it and it looks like it's killed the lawn. You don't need to go down to the terrifying heights of, you know, zero and really doing a heavy scarification. You can just use it as a lawn rake. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, I've just scarified the lawn. I'm just going to show you the importance of why we scarify and the difference between you know, scarifying and just normal grass cutting. So as you can see, I've got two piles of grass here, one significantly greener than the other. So that's just literally the top ends of the grass blades, and this is all the dead thatch. So sometimes people, you know, they say, what is thatch? Thatch is a build-up of basically dead matter. If you leave it and you walk in your lawn and your lawn is spongy, so that's you know, a key feature of you needing to scarify your lawn. Scarifying is probably the single most important thing you can do to your lawn. It just keeps it looking fresh, keeps all the matter out of it. So if you can pull your grass back and see dirt, which you can in this lawn now, it's a good sign. So it means that there's not much of that thatch. The reason it's so bad is it stops moisture getting down to the roots. So, you know, you'll see lawns that are patchy yellow. It's normally due to, you know, water not being able to penetrate through that layer of thatch. It stops all the nutrients getting down to your grass. So that's another feature of it. So it is best just to get it out. We like to do it kind of monthly, really. We use the Liberty on the smaller lawns like this one. It's a 56 square metre lawn. We use it on this one because it's lighter. We can get it in. We can get it done quite quick. The perks of doing it with this machine rather than the petrol scarifying machine is any lawn care companies out there know once you've scarified a lawn, the biggest job is cleaning up all the thatch. Whereas this, although it's time consuming emptying it out the box, well, as you can see, we're actually on the bit we scarified, so there's no cleaning up to do, so it collects it. Although you're doing a few trips to get it out, it's a lot more efficient to use this than spend 3 hours going round with, you know, big ton bags collecting all the waste. So it's better just to have a ton bag next to you, take them in, fill them that way, and it just makes it a little bit quicker for you.